We have a problem, gentlemen. Potentially a very serious problem.
About the music?
About the music. They just want to talk to you.
Dude, I got a very bad feeling about this.
It'll be fine, Ted. They totally love us in the future, dude.
Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was the Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that is most excellent. I am Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always is Kid Cudi, Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
You know, I was really shook that Kid Cudi could actually act. So since finding that out, my life has gotten exponentially better.
Two things surprised me about Kid Cudi. One, he could act. Two, how much he looks like Denzel Washington.
Really? I guess I was so flabbergasted by the fact that he could act that I didn't really think about that. But also, I know what Denzel Washington looks like. Yeah. I had to think about that.
Yeah, I
got him. I got him in the old noggin. He's handsome.
He looks more like Denzel Washington than Denzel Washington's actual son looks like Denzel Washington. It was spooky to me.
Maybe Kid Cudi is like his secret second son. Maybe his son had like a fraternal twin that was stolen from the hospital.
Ooh.
The tea. Love that narrative.
The Denzel Washington tea. The movie that we are talking about today, if you haven't gathered by the title of the episode that you clicked on, it is Bill and Ted Face the Music, released just recently on August 28th, 2020, directed by Dean Parasot, who also directed, I think it was Starship Troopers? Or, no, he directed Galaxy Quest. And it was written by Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon once again, starring Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, Kristen Schaal, Samara Weaving, Bridget Lundy Payne, Anthony Carrigan, Aaron Hayes, Jayma Mays, Holland Taylor, Kid Cudi, William Sadler, and Jillian Bell. It is 92 minutes long. It says that it's made $1.1 million at the box office. That is not counting the video on demand streaming money that it has made yet, because that's how most people are going to watch it, I assume. With the world
Definitely
being as it
made
is.
some money off of us.
Absolutely. I was considering paying for it again.
Really? Gage said that I just should wait for it to come on DVD so we can get all three. Because I don't know if I told you this, but this was my first experience at the Bill and Ted movies. And I've fallen in love, like completely and utterly in love.
Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah. So I'm just going to wait till I can have all three at the same time. So I can look at Alex Winter in a crop top anytime I want.
There is the internet.
We don't know her.
So for those of you who are worried that we're going to spoil everything about the movie, we are going to try our best to make this a no spoiler episode of In Conclusion, meaning we have to shake up the format a little bit. In order to do that, we can't run through the plot. So we're going to give our thoughts on the movie and all that, but no plot run through. We'll do our best to say as much as we can about it without spoiling anything. And I say we because Anna is going to have a difficult time.
Did anybody here know that I can't keep a secret? No, I have no secrets. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It
Dan,
will
you're
be.
just going to have a little extra editing to do.
Oh boy.
I winked.
You winked?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
don't like that, especially because Anna right now, she's dressed up. She got new boots today. So in order to wear those boots, she also had to get her whole outfit going together. They're combat boots. So she looks like she's going to a Fall Out Boy concert to punch Machine Gun Kelly and finally marry Pete Wentz.
You know I'm scared of Machine Gun Kelly after the concert incident where the woman came up to me and drunkenly called him a dreamboat. But yes, Pete Wentz, like, I don't think he's technically married, but I'm on my way, Pete.
Wasn't
You
he
better watch out.
dating Jessica Simpson at some point?
No. Oh my goodness. Dan, he was married to Ashley Simpson.
Ashley
They had
Simpson.
an Alice in Wonderland themed wedding. They had a son together whose middle name is Mowgli. And then they had a horrible divorce because he stayed home to take care of the kid. And she was like, I don't want to slander anybody, but she was low-key not a good wife. And he went through a depressive episode. And then at his lowest low, she divorced him. And we do not stand. Okay.
Welcome back to our Bill and Ted Face the Music episode.
Anyway, we're facing a lot of music today.
We are.
Ashley Simpson, face your music.
Hey,
Okay.
something I will say. Ashley Simpson, not as actively dangerous as a person as Jessica Simpson is. Jessica Simpson is incredibly anti-vaccine and has brought that into the mainstream.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yikes. Okay.
She also-
In conclusion, is a pro-vaccine podcast. Thank you.
We're extra vaccine. Not only are we pro-vaccine, we want constant vaccinations.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not trying to faint, but
Yeah.
up
I
to
am. That's how I get my kicks.
Oh boy.
Constantly vaccinating myself. It is impossible for me to get HPV. I've
I'm
gotten
proud
that
of you.
booster 19 times. I should probably cut this out, but I'm not going to.
Maybe. Oh God, Dan.
I know. So, anyways, generally, what'd you think of Bill and Ted Face the Music?
I loved it. I'm gonna say something controversial right off the top. I know that it's my duty as the stereotypical guy obsessed member of this podcast to say Keanu Reeves is not that cute. Ooh, okay. I said it in front of Gage and he was like, well, lots of people would disagree. I was like, I know. Like I said, he loves him because he loves The Matrix.
Mhm.
I have only seen one Matrix movie. I think the only movie besides Bill and Ted and the first Matrix movie that I've seen with Keanu Reeves in it was Toy Story 4.
Okay.
But anyway, so I know he's before going into all these movies, thought of him as a more serious actor, obviously. I mean, not that this isn't serious, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But serious roles.
Dramatic.
Yes, dramatic. I love seeing Keanu Reeves play an idiot because he's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Bill and Ted. I love how much they love their wives. Let me just get that off the table right now. Every time, oh my God, they love their wives so much. Bare minimum, Twitter is quaking. We shouldn't praise people for doing things they're expected to do, but the fact that they love their wives just makes me want to cry for 20 minutes straight.
Not only do they love their wives, they love their daughters equally as
Yes.
much. It is Bill and Ted, they are not, this isn't a spoiler, they're not the best husbands or the best
No.
parents, but it's not out of a lack of effort.
We don't need perfection, we just need to try.
Yes.
Welcome back to our relationship podcast. But I love how much they're family men, and I love it. And I know that they didn't really put their careers on hold for their families, but that's okay because they're good. They seem like good, solid people. I feel like maybe it's because they're so dumb, but I feel like anybody they meet, they would really love. I
Yes.
feel like
There's no hate
if
in their
one
heart.
of No, if one of their daughters was gay, they would be totally chill with that. If they met somebody with a different religion or perspective than them, they would be like, whatever, you're my friend. I just see them as the most good, pure people.
So aside from only Bill and Ted, the movie itself, how do you
Yes.
feel?
I loved it. I think I loved it. Like I said, this was my first experience with Bill and Ted in general, and these movies provided me so much joy.
Yeah.
And I know things are kind of getting better again, but during such an uncertain time, I feel like these movies were really the warm hug I needed. How about you, Dan?
I completely agree. It is in this unprecedented time.
I hate that phrase. Notice how I didn't use it.
Having a movie and a movie series that is at its heart about good people is something that I love to see it. And a comedy series, especially now, it seems like the wave in comedy is less plot focused and more personality focused, like the Judd Apatow style of comedies, which are super funny.
Yeah.
But having a movie that has a plot that they are building through the entire time, there are no pauses for people to ad-lib for 7 minutes while the plot happens behind them. No, this movie, it has the barest of plots. It's a very simple plot, but
It's a little predictable, but
yes.
it's good.
It is there's so much energy behind everything. But it's not a wasted, like bouncing off the walls, quick cutting Marvel fight scene sort of energy. It's a focused energy that I just loved it. It was great.
There was something I was gonna say. I felt like it fit right in, like it picked up right where the other two movies left off.
Absolutely.
I didn't feel like, this is a third movie from a million years later where they're really trying to just reach for money, like blah blah blah. No, it felt like it fit with the series, which I really appreciated, because so often I feel like movies that are in an anthology like that or in a trilogy, sometimes, unless the story was written when you were writing the original two movies, it just feels like a money grab. And
Yeah.
not trying to like talk crap about any movies, Toy Story, but it was refreshing in the time
Say
of
it. Say it.
sequels. I'm not saying it. It's the new moist for me. In this time of sequels and threequels and fourquels.
That's what Toy Story 4 was. Forky, a forkable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It just is nice to have a story that makes sense and fits and doesn't feel like the characters are being forced to reappear.
Speaking of the characters, we have only briefly talked about Bill and Ted's daughter, Billy and Tia.
Yes.
They are incredible.
I love them.
Absolutely.
They are their dads, but like they're such strong women. Right at the top, they say, not to spoil anything, but they say we need to help our dads, and it's obvious again, like the familial bonds with everybody, despite the fact that Bill and Ted have a weird at the hip codependent relationship, but also their daughters are such good friends and they care so much about their family. Like you can tell that, again, not perfect families, but perfect enough that they care and love for each other and will do anything for each other. They're very normal, relatable.
As normal as you can be, having fathers who save the world and bring peace and harmony to all of time.
Yeah, but I feel like the characters are relatable. Like the daughters and the dads. Maybe not necessarily the princesses, but you know what I mean. They're relatable.
And so about the daughters, Samara Weaving, who plays, I think she plays Billy. No, she plays Tia.
Tia.
Yeah. Who is Bill's daughter. So she is she's probably my second favorite actress, exclusively for the reason that I keep thinking that she's Margot Robbie.
She looks a lot
and I
like
am in
Margot
love with Margot Robbie. But
there it is.
The only other movie that I've seen her in is Ready or Not, which I really liked that. I thought it was really fun.
You need to watch The Babysitter.
Do I?
Yeah, she's in that. It's kind of like a scary movie. Not like a scary movie, but like a... You know what the best thing about books is? Free papers. Like that kind of scary movie. Please get that reference.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh my god, in Scary Movie 3, one of the characters is a huge pothead, and his whole thing is, the best thing about books is free papers for rolling your weed. Sorry, Mom, I've never smoked any weed in my life. Let me just clarify that right now.
I remember a bunch of stuff from Scary Movie 3. Specifically what I remember is the guy playing Yahtzee. He gets a Yahtzee, knocks himself out by hitting his head on the shelf above him. He wakes up, looks at the board again, goes Yahtzee, and then knocks himself out again by hitting his head on the shelf above him.
Lord above.
But what I was saying about Samara Weaving is that going into this, I was like, oh, I'm going to love her character. I'm going to love Tia because I love Samara Weaving. But Bridget Lundy Payne, who is Billy, is they're doing a pitch perfect 1989 Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I like Bridget Lundy Payne because they're in Atypical as the older sister. In that show, I really, really loved that show. I took a step back for sometimes when things are released on Netflix and it's a first season and then a second season, I forget to watch the second season. But the first season, I loved, and I really should get back into it. Their performance was sublime in that. But also, yeah, you're right. This, I almost said Sigourney Weaver. Oh my God, the Keanu Reeves.
I loved Keanu in Aliens.
Oh my God, same. What a strong woman. But yeah, no, the performance as Keanu Reeves' daughter was really strong. Like you could really tell both of them really had all the right characteristics of their quote unquote dads.
Yeah, and
those genes be strong.
And the just their comedic timing with everything and their facial expressions. Samara Weaving permanently has this face where like her head is kind of pitched back a little bit and she's kind of giving herself a double chin like she's eating flaming hot Cheetos the entire time.
God, I saw that in the beginning of the movie and I was like, I don't even like flaming hot Cheetos, but the style that Samara Weaving is wearing and also the fact that there's Cheetos on the scene, this is me.
Yeah.
But again, I relate more to Bill than Ted anyway, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
It's so effortlessly funny isn't the right word because there's obviously a lot of effort put into it, but it's so smooth in how funny it is.
I think you could say effortlessly funny because like with a lot of performances and things like that, like it's like singing. You know that a person is well trained if they can do it without making it look difficult. Like if a person can sing well, they make it look easy. But you know that they had to work to get there. You know she had to work to get that effortlessly Bill. And Bridget had to work to get that effortlessly Ted, you know? Yeah.
This isn't a spoiler because it's the immediate beginning of the movie, but
yes.
I immediately started laughing at the beginning because Bill and Ted, they're playing music at a wedding. The wedding is between Missy, who was married to Bill's dad and then Ted's dad, and Deacon, Ted's brother.
Gage thought that was the funniest thing he'd ever seen
in
his entire life. I laughed too, but he was like belly laughing. It was good. I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it. Also, I have one other thing to say. Alex Winter as an older man just looks like young Alex Winter in age makeup. Thank you.
There is time travel through this, and we see Bill and Ted throughout ages.
Oh my God, we were dying. There's one specific. I think they showed in the previews.
Are you talking about the? Yeah, in the previews you see a bulked up Bill and Ted when they're in prison.
Oh my God, we were dying. That's our favorite one.
Yeah. At one point we see an elderly Bill and Ted, and something that I saw was elderly Alex Winter is a young Alex Winter wearing old age makeup. Well,
it's true.
Elderly Keanu Reeves is like 62.
Yeah, true.
He's not that old.
No. I keep having flashbacks to the second movie though, when Alex Winter was in the costume
as
the
grandma?
grandma with those nasty teeth.
Yeah.
Nightmares. The way that he ran down the hallway dressed as a grandma literally haunts me. Like I close my eyes and I picture him like, oh my God, my headphones.
There is a character that we haven't talked about that is not in the trailers that we're not going to spoil anything about it. But this character is played, I read out the cast list before, and it's played by Anthony Carrigan, who, if you watch Barry, he is NoHo Hank.
He's also on Gotham, right? Because Gage told me he was on Gotham.
Yeah, he was. I don't know who he was.
I don't remember which character.
I watched the first season of Gotham, and I was like, wow, this is a television show.
Yeah, my dad used to watch Gotham. I kind of think I should watch it, but we can get back into that when we talk about Batman next week.
I much prefer the OC. But so Anthony Carrigan, he plays a character who we can't tell you anything about it because it's a spoiler for the plot of the movie, but Anna needs to say something about him.
I love him. He's my son. I am adopting him as we speak. He lives in my house now. The end. Wait, you're not Gage. Dan,
I'm sorry.
when I tell you,
I'm sorry I'm not Gage.
it's okay. He already heard all about this. I'm desperately in love with this character. Not like romantically in love, just like, when I'm at work and I meet a new dog, I say I'm in love with that dog.
Yeah.
That's the kind of love I mean. Like, it's not a crush. I want to just hug it and, that's how I feel.
There's a song by the Veronicas called Untouched, which came out in 2007. Whenever you say that you're in love with something, that song starts playing in my head.
You go, ooh, ooh, I go, la 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 la, la 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 la. I know that song.
Do you know that Anna studied musical theater? That's why her voice is so silky smooth.
You know what I said earlier about somebody can really perform if it sounds like they're not trying? Obviously, I just demonstrated that.
I'm sorry, Meryl Streep. I didn't even notice you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You recognize me from all my versatile performances?
I loved you in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
She wasn't in that movie.
I don't know. I haven't even seen either of them.
Oh, I've seen both of them, and she was not in theaters, and she was not in that movie.
Remember movie theaters?
Dan, I have been craving a movie theater popcorn. Like, regular popcorn is fine, but we were watching this movie. I was like, I would kill for some fake butter right now.
Oh, God.
Like, I could drink that stuff. It's so nasty, but I really could.
I never put butter on my popcorn in theaters. I just oversalt it, which I think is it's genetic with me because my grandpa, he would go to the movies a lot, all the time. I say would like it's past tense. He will when he can again.
Yep. Hang on, I gotta sneeze.
Okay. Gross.
Thought it was gonna be just one.
But my grandpa, he goes to the movies a lot, and what he'll do is he'll bring his own salt shaker with him because he'll get popcorn and he'll salt the popcorn at the top, whatever. But then he's like, the salt doesn't always go all the way through, so he'll be like layer salting his popcorn as he goes through.
I always ask them if I could salt the middle.
Do you not go to movie theaters where they just have the salt shaker out and you can salt it yourself?
Yeah, no, but I ask them to, like, hold please so I can salt the middle. There's a movie theater in Kankakee where Gage's family lives where I saw Joker, the best movie ever. And
oh, God.
Anyway, they have some of those Mr. Popcorn or something. It's all those weird
the
flavors.
Flavored ones?
Yes,
yeah.
And I always want to get it, but nobody ever wants to try it with me, and I'm not getting my own popcorn, and what if I don't like it, But they have a birthday cake one, and I, really want to try it. But anyway.
Ooh, no.
I hope they sponsor us so I can have free popcorn flavorings.
You're listening to In Conclusion, sponsored by Mr. Popcorn. Have you ever wanted popcorn, but also not the taste of popcorn?
Yes, every day of my life.
Have you ever wanted a New York strip steak flavored bag of kernels?
Absolutely. How about there's some chips right now that are like carnitas tacos. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Those are so good. I tried them. I tried to share it with the people I was with. Nobody liked them, so I smashed a whole bag in one sitting. It was not healthy for me, but it tasted good.
I'm disgusted, aghast, and I think I'm going to file a restraining order.
Bill and Ted wouldn't judge me.
No, they would not.
Not Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. I bet they would. But Bill and Ted as characters wouldn't judge me.
Speaking about the movie that we're talking about, that we haven't spoken about for 5 minutes, this movie has 4 leads. It has Bill and Ted and then Billy and Tia. Out of the 4 leads, who do you think does the best throughout the movie?
Well, I'm thinking because my brain is saying something, but I know it's just that I'm biased.
Is it that Bill does it because you think that Alex Winter is a high key cutie?
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome how well. I don't know. Gage told me this because he knows. Gage is really supportive whenever he finds out that I think somebody's cute. He's like looking up the facts and things, and also is like, here's other movies they were in. But anyway, he told me that Alex Winter had to take acting classes to re-prepare for his role as Bill. And I'm just really proud of him. Yeah.
Well,
like that to me, I'm like, wow, I'm really proud of you, dude.
Alex Winter, he hasn't acted in a while. He's been directing documentaries.
Yeah. The dream!
Right?
Sorry, that was so loud.
But from 1999 to pretty much now, the only fictional things that he's been in are Smosh the movie. Oh, sorry, no. He directed Smosh the movie. The only stuff that
I was such a big Smosh fan when I was younger. Anyway.
The only things that he's acted in are Grand Piano, which I don't know what that is. He plays assistant.
Never heard of her.
Smosh the movie, he plays Uncle Keith. And this, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
He was getting bread in other ways, you know? Like, sometimes behind the camera can be just as fun as on camera. Let's just say it right now.
Oh, I sorry.
mean, you know that.
He was in an episode of Ben 10 Alien Swarm.
Oh my god. That was me turning my little Ben 10 watch.
There's a trend on TikTok right now of people doing something, but they always like lick their hand.
Yeah, that's so unhygienic.
Right?
Don't do that. If you're Ben 10ing, just turn your watch and slap it, please. You don't have to lick your hand. I don't think Ben 10 ever did.
No, and he doesn't take that watch off, right? He can't. I think
it's just part of him. I haven't watched a show since I was little, but I think it's just part of him.
He is a young boy. He is, I think, 10. He doesn't watch.
No, he turns into 10 different creatures. That's why he's called Ben 10.
He doesn't wash that watch.
He doesn't wash his hands enough. 10-year-olds are gross.
Yeah, they're icky.
In general, all of them. I was gross at 10.
I was not. I was the picture-perfect child.
That's because you've been 80 since you were born.
I have been. But actually, no, I grew up in a very, like, Leave It to Beaver style household.
Oh, I'm aware,
yeah,
yes.
Where the biggest issue was, we're out of milk! So, no, I was totally gross at 10. I was gross at 22. I say that past tense.
I say, Dan, you're currently 22.
I'm currently 94 and on my deathbed.
True.
I think that Bridget Lundy Payne, they did the best of the movie.
Fair.
I'm going to give a controversial ranking here.
Uh-oh. Okay, let me hold on to something.
Of the top 4. It goes Bridget Lundy Payne.
Yeah.
Alex Winter.
Thank God. Okay, I can let go. Yes.
Okay. Samara Weaving. Keanu Reeves. I do think that
Dan!
Keanu Reeves... It's not an insult to Keanu Reeves. I think that all 4 of them are fantastic in the movie.
Yeah, I think they're all at least a 9 or above on a scale of 1 to 10.
This is like ranking flavors of Mr. Popcorn salt.
Amen.
It's like you have your birthday cake, you have your Doritos Locos Tacos flavor.
Absolutely.
You have your Pine Sol flavor, for the people who want the taste of bark. And
Most people call that lemon, Dan.
Okay, and you have your New York strip steak, 3 days old, left accidentally in the back of the restaurant. Nobody picked it up for their shift, but you're still going to eat it because, hey, you didn't get a shift meal flavor. All 4 of them right next to each other. All great.
Yes. See, okay. Wait, I was thinking of something when you said that. Now it's, oh my God. My brain is just fried today.
Keanu Reeves is just...
Yeah, no,
he just seems so tired. And that's just because it's weird seeing him without facial hair.
Yeah, it made him look 1,000 years older.
Yeah, because in John Wick, when he has facial hair, he still looks like a young, cute cutie pie.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen John Wick, as we know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
But I know it's serious, and I know there's a dog involved, so maybe I should watch.
you maybe should not watch if you love
I know
the
the dog
dog.
dies,
Okay.
but I know there's a dog involved, so I'm
Yes.
still he's an actor, okay? He's still alive in real life.
The dog?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure.
John Wick came out 9 years ago.
Yeah, depending on how old the dog was and what type it was and how big it is, it could live up to 15.
Oh boy, am I going to break your heart?
Don't look it up, Dan.
Okay.
Thank God there were no animals in this movie for us to discuss. Is he still alive? Dan. Anyway, yeah, I think I wish that he could have kept his beard as as Ted. I also
But Ted, as a character, cannot grow facial hair.
You don't think so?
I think physically there are no follicles there.
Maybe he is kind of a baby. Not like baby like, oh, he's lame. Like baby, he's like protect him at all costs.
He can grow a Van Dyke beard though, as we see in
Oh wait, no, he grows a full
Bogus
beard
Journey.
at one point in
He has
this
the-
movie, and I hated it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anytime Bill has facial hair, I'm like, shave it. But anytime Keanu Reeves has facial hair, I'm like, yes. Because Bill always does those ugly, weird beards, and I'm like, "Bleh, get rid of it.
Those ZZ Top beards, yeah.
Hate it, hate it, hate it.
So we talked about how Kid Cudi is actually Denzel Washington's lost child.
Yes. And how it's kind
It
of
was
random that he's in this movie.
Yeah, it is random. He's just kind of there. No spoilers, but he's just kind of there.
Well, I guess, like, maybe it's because I'm not as into the rap scene, but he's not the famous rapper I would have chosen, I guess.
No.
Maybe they had a call for famous rappers, and he was just the best actor. Because he killed it. He really did. He really killed it.
He did. He can act, which is awesome. If I was choosing a famous rapper to be in my Bill and Ted movie, obviously I would choose Lil Nas 10.
You mean Lil Nas X?
I'm not joking here. I love Lil Nas X.
Oh boy. Okay.
Before these unprecedented times, these moist, unprecedented times that we're living in, I was planning on seeing Lil Nas X in concert whenever that would be possible.
Oh god. His Twitter is hilarious.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I just got a text from my landlord that somebody is storing a propane tank and propane accessories in my apartment building, and I just was like, what? Because I have notified the Wauwatosa Police Department, and it must go outside, and I thought he was telling me that I had to go outside right now, and I was like, oh boy. But I do not. Somebody else is in Shrubs, though.
Because they have propane and propane accessories?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a fire hazard. Anyway.
Sure it is. Okay. I have hardwood floors. Are those a fire hazard?
Yes. Well, I don't want to explode, you know, like I would rather not explode today, please. Anyway, I like Bill and Ted. It's kind of hard to not give spoilers though. Like there are so many things I want to comment on, and I can't.
We'll definitely come back around and do this movie after the DVD has come out and the price to rent has been lowered to
good.
like $3.
I have things to say about the actual content of the movie. I loved it. I loved it so much. I don't know how many times I can say that. Like I genuinely want to say if you're looking for a feel-good movie that'll just warm the cockles of your heart, you should definitely watch this.
Yes.
It'll take all the pain away from COVID-19.
Maybe not all the pain.
Not the physical pain. I mean the pain of having to be bored and losing your job and being sad.
Everybody's trying to find a vaccine. We've found it already, folks.
It's a kiss on the forehead from Bill and Ted the movie. It's a kiss on the forehead.
Bill and Ted's guiding message throughout all three movies is be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. And if you're looking for a movie that is excellent to you and to everyone else, excellent in a emotional way, excellent in a humorous way, excellent in a feel-good way, excellent in an excellent way, watch Bill and Ted Face the Music.
You'll really be glad that you did. For real.
And party on. Also, in the credits feature fan-made videos of
Loved
people
that.
rocking out to songs. One of the fans in it is Weird Al.
Yes, Gage
Yeah.
and I were saying that we thought it was so odd that like he wasn't in the movie because I feel like there's another celebrity in this movie that I was completely not expecting.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not going to
too.
say who it is, but you are also going to gasp when you watch this
Yeah.
movie. Again, I
You also
laughed.
not expect it, and you will be like, "Oh, that's fun."
Mm-hmm. I'll just say we thought it was Ozzy Osbourne. It is not Ozzy Osbourne. We guessed wrong.
It is. Do you have anything else to say about the? Sorry, I didn't ask you. Out of 5 of your sons who we can't name, what do you give this movie? Who you are thinking?
Yeah, because I'm going to say my controversial topic. I don't think I can. Gage says I can't thoroughly enjoy these movies because I am a stickler for time travel rules.
Okay.
I.e., you shouldn't be talking to yourself or anyone close to you if you're time traveling. Don't go find yourself. That's going to rip a
Okay.
whole tear in the space-time continuum. It's going to mess things up.
But if you're a time traveler who just graduated from college and you don't know what to do, and you go on a time traveling mission to find yourself, is that going to be an issue? Like how people go on 6-week
That's allowed.
trips to Alaska to
If
find
you're
themselves?
going to time travel, eat, pray, love, fine. But if you're going to go physically find your future self, we're going to have beef. And because Bill and Ted go to physically find themselves, we have some beef. So I'm giving it a 4.5.
A 4.5 out of 5?
Yeah.
I'm going to be controversial because I normally am the low grader on this podcast. I normally give films a harsher grade than Anna Otto does. For example, I would give Joker a punch to the face out of 5.
I'd give it a hug out of 5.
I would punch you in the face.
I like that movie.
But for Bill and Ted Face the Music, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. It is my favorite of the 3.
Right?
Of the
It was so
trilogy.
cute. Minus the fact that there were no male crop tops in this film. I can still stand it, you know? We still stand it.
Absolutely. We stand a king, and this movie is filled with kings.
This movie, everybody dropped their crown. They better put it back on, king.
Speaking of kings, joining us next week on the show, we have a king unto himself, our friend Nick Belsanti.
My son. You know, not the actor in
Yes.
not the unspeakable
Not Anthony
character.
Carrigan.
I have a lot of sons.
Yeah, you're like Tatooine.
Yes. When I was little, I always said that I wanted to have a football team worth of children, but now I'm not so sure that I want kids, so I'm just adopting random people. So here we go.
You're going to adopt 55 children?
55 of my friends and also actors and also some plants.
And the movie that we're talking about next week with Nick is Batman Begins. I really wonder how that conversation will go. It's not like we actually recorded it last week because we record on a 1.5 delay.
Yes. Wow. I've never seen Batman Begins before.
I
She
know.
said
I
last
haven't
week.
watched it on HBO Max recently. No. That's
Never.
the other guy.
Never.
So join us next week when we talk about Batman Begins and we have Nick on the podcast. It'll be fun.
Here's a little spoiler for next week. There's no male crop tops, and I'm disappointed.
That's a spoiler for most.
True.
We need to make a male crop top power ranking at some point.
Oh my god, yes. So far,
if you
Alex
wanna
Winter's
find
in
the
first
show-
place. Okay, go ahead.
If you want to find the show on the internet, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter at And In Conclusion. You can find us on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. We're on YouTube somewhere. I don't know where to find us there. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at Dan O'Keefe86, on Instagram at DLRAAR. And Anna Otto, where can they find you?
Oh boy, you can find me on Instagram at AtomusPrime818, or you can find me on Twitter at Autobots. Sorry, I had to pull up my Twitter because sometimes I forget what my handle is. At Autobots Roll Out, capital O for Auto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll and the O in Out are zeros. Also, there's a little robot emoji next to my name to help you better find me because I'm a robot. Beep boop.
There we go. Join us next week for another In Conclusion. Everybody stay safe, have fun, and be excellent to each other. Bye!
Bye! I woke up, I was like, Gage, guess what? Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, I asked them to be my sugar daddies over Twitter, and he's like, Keanu Reeves doesn't have a Twitter, and I was like, it was a dream, Gage.